As we go into game number 2 in the grand final of the M5 World Championship, can Onic delay the game, scale it up, or will Apbren bringing the pressure and stop them in their tracks? We'll witness in this game number 2 of this best of 7.
Starting us off already with the crowd roaring again in Rizal Memorial Coliseum. Anything interesting to note down here as we get into the game, Wolf?
Well, I'm surprised that there's no Tigreal invasion yet at level 1. And I don't think that they'll ever be considering it because Keyboy is keeping tabs on Ogwen. This is what we said, right? There has to be a hero for Keyboy that kind of mirrors where Ogwen wants to go for. And going in for the Quantum Charge on Ogwen, interesting. He wants to... Yeah, he wants to be part of these skirmishes, and yeah, Carry still has the Retribution, so it's gonna be safe.
He uses it. Retri over Ogwen with a shove back onto Kyrie, but he's still gonna be able to dish out some damage. Keyboy is coming in as well. Ogwen with a flicker backwards defensively. That's a flicker as well. Don't run, Rook King. Keyboy picks up first blood in game number 2. A change of pace for Onic.
A good start, but again, we gotta see.
It's mainly because of the joy. They don't want Carry to snowball. Kyle TC, Kyle TC, despite being pressured, will get to level 5 first, but I don't think that they will have time for this. Good poke coming up from Sans.
Great poke and Boots as well. Forcing out a mortal coil. Kyle TC's zoned completely away, but Flap TC doing the same thing to Sans. Forcing a flicker out. Kyrie jumping in, finding the Retribution on a turtle as Keyboy dishes out some damage with Boots. Just trying to keep Apbren, their front line, at bay. And Onic have secured a neutral objective without giving anything away.
The FDP, the full damage Paquito, and it's gonna be
look at this.
Utilized up top.
A lot of damage onto Boots, and Implosion committed as well. Boots now caught in I'm offended. He pops in a penalty zone, flickers out to safety, but should fall. The Decimate finds the kill, and Kyle TZ will give Apbren their first kill on the board for game number 2.
But looking at Onic here, they're really trying to trade things off because they're like, okay, if you get 1 kill, we need to get 2. I kind of feel like that's the idea. And the 2 that they got was the buff, as well as CW getting a little bit of farm coming in from that mid lane turret. He's gaining gold fast.
And the thing is, Onic lost their flicker onto Keyboy. It's going to be a massive battle spell to not have for 2 minutes, knowing full well that the 5 to 7 minutes, that is actually the power spike of Apbren. Onic, despite them leading when it comes to the goal, they should not be that comfortable. And burning Boots as well as Keyboy's flicker, just like that for the trade-off, might not be the best choice.
Get the more valuable one by calculation. Flicker Implosion, bringing him back. Now the shove in, but a Mystic Gush does a lot of damage to the back as well. Keyboy gonna be knocked out by the Worldly. I'm offended, not connecting to Decima does though. TPZ by Boots. Defensive penalty zone to the back. GW finding a trade in the bottom lane. And he will be able to get just the turret here as Ogwen screens him and pushes him back again.
I mean, we saw in the interview, CW can get money, man. He can get the gold. And I kind of feel like Onic right now, they are fine with giving something up as long as they get something back, as long as it's not a losing trade. Proactiveness coming in from Apbren, but we got to look at Kyrie as well. He just finished his Starlium Scythe. It's just 1 item, but once he gets 2, once he gets 3, it's going to be trouble.
And speaking of trouble, Apbren already invaded the purple buff. That should...
Yeah, now they've actually lane swap, decided to do that. Apbren feels very happy to do that. Flap TZ 1v1 against CW. Battle Mirror Image going to be used up. Flap TZ. Knockout strike, 1 more shot. Blazing duet from CW. No battle spells used up just yet. Apbren in the bottom lane. That's a penalty zone connecting onto Ogwen, but he gets a massive shove onto 3. Kyrie walks out with the electrifying beat. Super Marco dishing out damage on the Boots. I'm offended. Into a Decimate. Kyrie with a Retribution. He misses it, but Kyle doesn't. He finds another. Keyboy falling. Solid in the lane. Pressured down on his own tier 1. Kyrie looking to clear out the waves. That's a dive angle from Apbren. A Decimate, and Kyrie will still be able to walk away. Super Marco gets a big goal on top. CW 1v1 against Flap TZ. Battle Mirror Image gonna be used out. Knockout strike 1-2. CW takes the 1v1.
Hey, why did you bring a gun to a fist fight, man? CW was playing unfair, but we gotta look at the items here.
Yep.
Onic, what's happening here, Wolf?
Well, it's a massive snowball. The Radiant Armor picked up. It's the first time for Kyle TZ. That paid dividends, and now he's gonna be tanking through Onic's damage.
Mortal coil, but a penalty zone will be used in time. Kyle TZ going for the bang! He turns it around. The shutdown goes to the roamer. I would say that's still a win for Apbren.
Onic right now making mistakes. We saw the mistake just now. Kyrie unable to secure the turtle. Good thing by Apbren, they actually reset it. So
They do have a lot of potential when killing, but at the same time, if they just secure the Lord and then just take the turns, they're gonna be fine, because what happens afterwards will be for them to take out the jungle of Onic.
well, right now, looking at the goal, looking at the positioning, it is definitely Apbren favorite, and FlapTZ is doing the most amount of damage in this game. Looks like he's fine being alone. Apbren doing this 4-1 positioning is good for Apbren.
It's massive for them. Kyrie looking for an angle, gets shoved back by Open, electrifying beast. Whoa! Kyrie has just stolen it away. Kyle had the retry. He had the level advantage as well. The magical man, my goodness.
Only one time, man. Kyrie was like, don't worry. It was just luck. It was just a mistake.
Holy.
I'm not going to lose the next one.
I got this.
No.
We are going into the game, but you can still talk about it.
All right, so the scaling, right? I mean, for the Claude, it's going to be amazing towards the later stage of the game. You deal so much DPS. Whoa! Just as I say it, the mere curse is real, man. I say his name and he dies. And FlapTZ gets knocked out.
To the family
Wow.
of CW, I'm sorry I mentioned it. The majority of members of Onic is having Kyle TZ as well as Few there. They are in position to follow up whenever necessary, but the more important one is look at FlapTZ. He's hiding.
He is. He's doing a good job at it too right now. And Kyle TZ is just going on to the purple buff, trying to steal it away. A good steal back, or I would say a recovery from Onic there. It was a stun Mystic Projectile into Kyrie's retreat.
That's right.
But yeah, we get it, right? The mid lane is
listen,
more important.
Listening from the crowd, I guess we can.
Yeah, we can.
All right. Thank you, crowd. Thank you.
Sometimes you got to get them to correct us, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but, you know, I'm running out of ideas. What can I say? Special.
I think Merkel wears his expensive shoes without the socks.
Hey, don't get to that, right? Kyrie now trying to steal it. Oh, he doesn't get it. Kyle TZ takes it away, snatches it away from Kyrie's hands.
Hey, by the way, Super Marco went for the RGA Rose Gold Meteor. It's gonna be perfect versus the aggression that can come from Kyrie.
But now the Lord dance has begun. We got to talk about Apbren, 1.3k gold lead. Onic here, they are at a disadvantage. Sans keeps trying to figure out where the members of Apbren are, and he's been finding them. Looking at the HP as well, Apbren, they are chunked down just a little bit because Kyle TZ has been absorbing the damage coming in from the Lord. Keyboy, can he find a good opening here?
Kyle might have to reset this. CW's walking up right now. Kyle TZ finds a good pinch down, but CW takes in a half HP. Boots doing the same thing. Mortal Coil used up defensively. Kyrie takes control of the Lord. They're not going to look to reset it. I'm offended into the Mystic Gush, into the Blazing Duet as Boots distracts the back line. Few very, very low. Not going to be chased out. Kyrie finds a double kill right now. Kyle TZ is going to be forced to use the Mortal Coil defensively. FlapTZ went for the hills. The Mystic Projectile connects at max range, and Kyle TZ falls. Now FlapTZ was looking for an angle to maybe turn this around, but Onic, they've taken 3 members down from Apbren, looking for the Lord.
Run bias. Whoa, what happened there? How did Onic immediately take control?
It was the Lord Dance and the bait and switch that you saw coming out from CW went in forward so that he will force some of the rotations from Apbren. In fact, 2 people followed him afterwards, and that's how they were able to get it. By the way, the underrated factor of the Gord... Ouch.
Ow, man!
Yep. The underrated factor for the Gord is that he can clear the left bush mid with just 2 spells, and you can scout out where your opponents are.
Shove. Ogwen has no dash now. CW battle mirror image to the front. Ogwen forced to flicker out. FlapTZ! One shot with a nature. FlapTZ gets out just barely, but CW does the same thing. Oh man, 7-7, game number 2.
Dude, right now, listen to the
defense.
crowd. It's all for Apbren. They're still looking at Apbren to defend this, but Onic, we've just won Lord Dance. It was 1,000 gold lead for Apbren.
Mystic
Now it's
Gush.
2.7 for them.
Implosion only onto Keyboy. That's the roamer for the team. Kyrie with electrifying beats. Keyboy finds it offended on the Super Marco penalty zone. Dodged away from, and the knockout strike brings Boots back to the turret for Apbren to do what the crowd's been chanting. Defend!
Right now, Onic, they are trying their best to get the resources coming in from Apbren. They wanted the structures, but Apbren, how did they do that? How did they defend so well?
That was the Ogwen.
Oh, right onto Kyle TZ. Blazing Duet! Nature can use that Mystic Gush as well. It's a bait! Sans flickers out of the shove. Ogwen stunned up. Kyrie walking up against 3 members. Looking for the dashes. One more should be able to do it right now. FlapTZ going to be taken low. But Kyrie decides to stop.
And now that the Lord is going to be available for both teams, I mean, if you're looking at the FlapTZ, he's making the lane pushed against Onic, but not having the flicker implosion, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, right now, the Lord Dance is started by Apbren again. We got to remind ourselves that Onic was able to win it out with CW using himself as bait and then giving the opportunity for Onic to bite back, to go in, to get an engage, and dish out the damage.
And now it's Onic. We're holding it in despite Joy being seen in the top side of the map. They still want to go for the Lord Dance right now, and CW's damage. He's definitely scaled. Concealed play. Keyboy finding with the position of Super Marco. KalTZ forcing his way in. Ogwen looking at the back right now, but KalTZ, his immortality is going to be popping down. That's a retribution from Kyrie. Super Marco free hitting in the back. Boo's going to be taken very low, and that's going to be a lot of damage placed out. But Kai jumps to the back with the electrifying beat. Super Marco, one last shot. Should do it, but he's unable to find it. Only an immortality. Burnt down for Apbren. They're looking for more into the mid lane. A good stun to take FlapTZ lower, but he still has the immortality. Mystic Gush trying to predict the maneuvers from Flap. But for Onic and Apbren, who wins it?
Definitely Onic getting that Lord. But good thing for Apbren is that they only lost their immortality in exchange for the turret in the middle. So
That he dished out was a lot.
Yes.
Onic, they have to respect it. I gotta say, either CW or Kyrie, they gotta find a way to get to Super Marco and take him down.
A mistake and a costly one. Apbren with KalTZ. He's looking for more. The Mystic Projectile stops Kyle. But that's a big, big kill in the 19th minute of the game.
And Onic went for the min-max play where he's trying to bait out Apbren and become very aggressive when it comes to his positioning. It paid well during the first Lord, but not in the second one.
All right, electrifying beats, immortality. Now winner truncheon bot. FlapTZ buying a lot of time. Ogun running in with a conceal. Implosion flicker onto Kyrie, but he buys the immortality. Now fewer damage as well. Boots still terrified down. I'm offended by Few. Kyrie walks away. Keyboy does the same thing. Super Marco sliding tackle. Onto the front. Keyboy brought back to the team. Immortality still ready. He buys it in time. Kyrie looking for the flags. Kyrie looking for the electrifying beats damage, but he won't be able to find it. Apbren maneuver out of a team fight that they have won.
This is the best players in the world. Do one mistake, and it feels like 10. Onic, after CW made a crucial mistake, Apbren controlled the map. Apbren won that fight.
Wow. And they have equalized when it comes to the economy. And even after FlapTZ had to utilize the winner truncheon, it was just a ploy for Apbren.
He doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think so, no.
I don't think so.
I think it's all from the Festival of Blood.
And the RGM.
Yeah.
RGM, for sure.
So now, looking at CW, we have... Okay, right now we got to talk about this. CW is the aggressor. He's the bait. But here's the thing, man. Wait, do they not know? Okay, KalTZ sees it.
They see it. FlapTZ sees it too, but he might be too late right now. They're going to go on to KalTZ. Burst him down. Kyle will lose his life. A shutdown for Boots. Keyboy zoning down the members. Boots! A penalty zone on the Super Marco. Holding him back. Now Flap joining the team fight. But an implosion to the back. CW finally lays into Webber. FlapTZ goes in for the punches. A lot of damage plays down. Super Marco free hitting for the back. That's a lot of damage down. Why? Why is it affected? Super Marco losing immortality. Keyboy will not lose his life. Apbren, they're still able to sustain back up. Super Marco, no flicker though. Kyrie looking for the assassination, looking for a play. Super Marco steals some life back with that house claws and is able to defend.
Don't offend Keyboy!
Oh my goodness.
Keyboy goes in and he's gonna bring all you in!
A big shot, but an even bigger shot from Kyrie. CW picks the base turret in the mid lane down. Now Ogwen, one member left standing. KalTZ gonna be back in 4 seconds. Ogwen melted down by CW. Evolve Lord still crashing in the bottom lane. Onic taking their time. KalTZ holding it down, going for the wave. What? Lord went back and forth. Mystic projectile onto Ogwen, dodge away from Mystic Gush. I'm offended. KalTZ melted down again. And now it's gonna be 2 members in desperation going in. 1 second on the FlapTZ. Who expected a full reverse sweep? It will never